Okay, let's start with a question. Who here would be comfortable seeing a grown man cry? Hey, Harry, it's supposed to be comedy, not philosophy. Okay, no, not the cheeriest way to start a set. So, let me answer the question for you. Nobody. And I know why. Because I see it every morning when I'm shaving. Yeah, this is going from happy to happier, isn't it? Men crying are now self-loathing. Reel 'em in, Harry. Reel 'em in. No, seriously, every day. I just despair at what I see. Because I see the world clearly for what it is, but I can't always express it. Because I see what I can't do, and I shouldn't do, but I do it. And I hate myself for it. Because you see, I'm one of those people who just wants people to make sense. Yeah. Not blessed, am I? Nah. Now, don't get me wrong, I was never one of those kids whose parents thought he might be autistic because he was just a little bit too interested in going to the Transport Museum for the 87th time. No, I was never like that. But I just want people to make sense. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Just for a change, huh? I think it's why I have a fraught relationship with the idea of love, to be honest. Seriously, it's fucking horrible. It's not delicious. It's built up to be a wonderful thing, and yet, what it teaches you is that you can have the euphoria, the contentment, the increased heartbeat, but the price you pay for it are the side dishes that go with it. Paranoia, insecurity, resentment, jealousy, that sense that you will let someone get away with shit that you would never let other people get away with, and the realization that it doesn't actually get any easier the longer it goes on. Now, all I'm saying is that if you gave that description to someone but didn't say it was love, they'd be forgiven for thinking you were talking about drug addiction. And I'm hearing nobody here saying, yeah, give smack a chance. It really puts a spring in your step. Trouble is, I'm human. So when it comes to the other spring, I'm just like you. My hormones start going nuts and I'm on the lookout. Ooh, he's cute. Yeah, I want to get to know you. Hey, do you think Alex Deacon's gay yet? You know, what a dick. You know, me every morning reading Rush Hour Crush in the metro on the way to work, just hoping to see that message. Tall, fair-haired, Nazi poster boy type, wearing suit, tie and braces and a barber coat. Your contemptuous scowl for the whole of humanity just made my day. Coffee? Trouble is, hormones are powerful. You know, that urge to find a companion, even if it is just for leg over and chips. It's strong. And it leads to all sorts of horrible realizations about yourself. Don't get me wrong. This isn't pity. I mean, I pity anyone who finds me attractive. No, come on, shut up. There's no point in lying about it. I'm not pretty, I'm not sexy, or anything like that. The compliment I usually get is that I'm looking sharp or dapper. Occasionally, I get handsome. Yeah, handsome. Meaning it's close to have some, but fundamentally it starts with a hand. So, yep, wanking it is again for me tonight. Cheers. Even then, when you deal with that, you consistently get reminders of, oh, you ain't nothing to aspire to. There's 2 times I was going to stick in my mind. One, out with a gay friend. Keep getting stares. From this little thing just out of school. After a while, he comes over chatting. You know, about reality TV, Euro pop and things. But he keeps smiling and staring at me. After a while, I have to ask him, look, you seem like a nice kid, but your friends are over there. So, you know, why are you talking to me? And he just looks at me and goes, oh, I like older men. Really? Oh well, thanks for that. Just what a 37-year-old man, that's 922 in gay years, wants to hear. I like older men. That's a shame, really. Because I am still capable of being highly fucking immature. The other occasion, there's some guy spends the entire night in the sort of conversation we've all had where you think there's something other than chat going on here. But, he's draped all over his partner. And my friends, I use the term loosely, want to stay. Anyway, this guy just gives me the eye and says, you know, you're really interesting. And then starts snogging his partner. I just thought, wow. Interesting. Wow. Well, fuck you very much. Interesting. So is tapeworm. But I'm guessing you don't want that inside you either. No, I know what I've done here is I've created the idea that obviously you just don't get it very much. Well, look, you know, to be fair, I'm not celibate. I lost my self-respect a long time ago. I quite like a good cock pinning me to the floor like a stake through a fucking vampire. That's quite fun. Shit. I've had things done to me that can't even be found on fetish websites yet. But have also been totally in love. Head over heels. And it's why I don't like love and why I don't like myself. This guy, look, in terms of the one that got away, he's the one. I would have done anything for this guy. And I would have let him do anything in return. And we were seeing each other for about 7 months, pretty much every day. Texting me every day, and I was texting back, don't get me wrong, it was a two-way thing. Friends of his were assuming that we were, you know, like a proper item. Then one day, he delivered a 90-minute glowing review of me. Nicest things you could ever wish to hear. But he followed it up with, but you're not my type. Yeah. Now what he meant by that was that I wasn't classical and old-fashioned in that manly way that you're supposed to be. And you just think, okay, fair enough. I don't have shoulders. But yeah, it's an old-fashioned. What do you mean I'm not old-fashioned? I've got a fucking vest. I'll wear it all day if you like. I'll wear it all day, every day, until it is caked to my body in some kind of mix of sweat, piss, spunk, microwave meals and Stella, and then after 15 pints in the evening, I can come home and beat the living shit out of you. Would that be old-fashioned enough for you, honey? Is that what it takes to get queers hard now? For fuck's sake, the dumbest thing I ever did in my life was fall in love with that guy. Dumber than the time I believed Tony Blair would make the world better. Dumber than the time I wore a white tie with a black shirt. Dumber than the time I bought a Limp Bizkit CD. What was dumb about it is that I let it do it to me twice. 7 months later, he comes swanning back because he's missing the fucking attention. And I let him do it to me all over again. Said he'd made a mistake. Could he get a second bite of the cherry? He wants to go out with me. And I believed it. Only for the next Friday night to come along, and he tells me that he made a mistake when he said he'd made a mistake. Like a twat, I'd fallen for him again. Yeah, love makes you fucking stupid. So I left the pub, bought 12 cans of Kronenberg, some drugs, and then I cried my eyes out all the way home. And do you know what I wanted at that very moment in time? It wasn't an answer. It wasn't to be whisked off my feet by some mysterious stranger. And no, I can sense what you're thinking. It wasn't a gun. What I wanted was my mum. I just wanted her to hug me and stroke my head while I cried and tell me that the other boys were just stupid for not letting me play with them. I wanted my mum. And I wanted to go back to being 5 years old, because that way, it would be a world without all the really scary stuff taking place. Godzilla never scared me. Dracula never really scared me. The devil doesn't scare me. It's people that I'm afraid of. So why do I tell you this? Simple, really. That Friday night, man in a suit and tie, not a druggie, not obviously a bum, a suit and a tie, late on a Friday night, crying his eyes out on a bus. And not one person checked to see what the matter was. Not one. Because seeing a man cry is fucking horrible, isn't it? Anyway, about 7 months later, I emerged from a pit of alcoholic despair and realised just how dumb love had made me. That's why I no longer respect myself. I let the same man break my heart twice. And he was fucking ginger. Anyway, there is a happy ending to all this. Well, not so much happy, bittersweet. I saw Martin recently. Yeah, that's his name. Martin. Saw him recently across a bar. And I left. Because it doesn't get any easier with time. It still fucking hurts. But you learn not to be too bitter about it. Because I'd found out later that Martin had actually found happiness. Which made me actually happy. He met his perfect, old-fashioned sort of guy. What I mean by that is, when this other chap found out that Martin was gay, he had him chemically castrated. Yeah, that's right. Nice and old-fashioned, isn't it?